May I kindly request all of our panelists to open their videos because the program is about to start. Thank you. Dạ thưa anh Tuấn, chương trình của chúng ta đã bắt đầu rồi ạ. Ông ngài đại sứ và ngài tổng lãnh sự đều đã tham dự ạ. Dạ.
Tất cả đã sẵn sàng đúng không em?
Dạ vâng ạ. Rồi ạ.
Dạ, bây giờ anh bắt đầu nhé.
Dạ.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You are all welcome to our business meet today. And although we cannot meet each other face to face, we cannot shake hands, but we are very pleased to see that your smile, so that prove that we are in a good health condition, and we wish you will just stay safe and healthy during the pandemic. Ladies and gentlemen, due to the impact of the pandemic that affects a lot to the social life and the economy, of course, we all bear the new normal. So the virtual meeting is the best choice in order to keep close to each other, to maintain the business atmosphere, and to develop the business cooperation relation between our two business communities in Vietnam and India. And during the pandemic, there's still a lot of activities, business events happening. Thanks to the support of the Consulate General of India in Ho Chi Minh City. And today we are very happy to cooperate with the CGI, the Consulate General of India in Ho Chi Minh City, to organize the virtual Vietnam-India Business Meet, Organic and Inorganic Chemical Sector. And we are very honored to introduce all of you the participation of the Ambassador of India to Vietnam, the Consul General of India in Ho Chi Minh City, the Chairman of CHEMEXCIL, and the representative from the business company. And of course, we are very pleased to welcome the business and the Indian and Vietnamese business enterprises participating in the event online today. So now, in order to start our business meet, we are very pleased to introduce and to invite His Excellency Mr. Pranay Verma, the Ambassador of India to Vietnam, to have an opening remark, please.
Thank you very much. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Thank you. It's a great pleasure to have you all join us today for this virtual business meet to talk about organic and inorganic chemical sector trade between India and Vietnam. I'm thankful to VCCI to partner with our Consulate General of India in Ho Chi Minh City, and also to Chairman CHEMEXCIL, Mr. Mukashi, who is joining us today. This is an area of significant interest in our bilateral trade. And I remember in 2019, before the pandemic set in, I was in Ho Chi Minh City to meet one of the delegations of CHEMEXCIL, which had come to participate in one of the Vietnam chemical trade fairs. So this shows that there is a great degree of interest in our two sides in promoting trade in this important area. Clearly, the COVID-19 pandemic has created disruptions, and we are happy that we have been able to connect through the virtual platform today to talk about the opportunities that lie ahead of us. COVID-19 has created disruptions, but COVID-19 has also created new mindsets, new ways of looking at doing business, and that opens up opportunities for us. As we both India and Vietnam are exploring new partnerships, new supply chains. And given our strengths in this sector, I think there can be a brighter future ahead than what we had in the pre-pandemic times in our bilateral trade in this area. Our trade in organic and inorganic chemicals have hovered around $200 million in the pre-pandemic times annually. This year, we have reached about $120 million already in the first 6 months. So maybe we are heading to a higher turnover, bilateral trade turnover. But that clearly shows that there's a lot of scope and there is opportunity on both sides to partner with each other. Vietnam has a significant requirement of chemicals, and I understand that on an average annually, Vietnam imports about $12 billion worth of chemicals, of which India's share, as I mentioned, about $200 million is quite small. And maybe these are the kind of discussions that we need to have, is what are the areas where we have strengths which Vietnam is importing from other countries, where India can and Indian exporters can step in and bridge the gap. Similarly, the same thing can be about Vietnamese exports to India. So I'm very happy that we have found this virtual platform to have a buyer-sellers meet. I think it's always important to get our traders talk to each other, because they are at the cutting edge of all these bilateral trade interactions. So I'm particularly delighted that we will be following this opening session with a dedicated B2B session, where our chemical industry experts, traders will be talking to each other directly to figure out what we can do. From our side, both embassy and the consulate in Ho Chi Minh City, and our consul general is there. We will be very happy to extend whatever assistance we can provide in disseminating information, clarifying issues, and even facilitating the contacts between the two sides. So please do stay in touch with our commercial teams, both in the embassy and in the consulate. And I really hope that VBM's virtual business meets and virtual buyer-seller meets like these can bridge the distance that has been created due to travel disruptions, and actually bring us closer in a way by having more convenient ways of talking to each other from the comforts of our homes or offices. And if required, maybe we can have more number of such buyer-seller meets online. So with these words, I am really, again, very happy to have you all join this discussion. And I do hope that the discussions today lead to some real business deals struck, and the trade between our two countries promoted through these interactions. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, the Ambassador of India to Vietnam. And ladies and gentlemen, you would like to now to introduce and invite Mr. Chi Minh, the Chairman of CHEMEXCIL, to have a special remark. Would you please?
Thank you. Good afternoon, His Excellency Mr. Pranay Vermaji, Ambassador of India to Vietnam, Hanoi, Vietnam. Thank you for your opening remarks. Very nicely, your advices. Dr. Madan Mohan, CTG, Consul General of India in Ho Chi Minh City. Representation from Altos, Vietnam, Altios. Representation from VCCI, Ho Chi Minh City. Distinguished Vietnamese and Indian members from industry, ladies and gentlemen. It gives immense pleasure to welcome you all today for B2B business meetings for organic and inorganic sector and business opportunities in Vietnam, jointly organized by Consulate General of India, Vietnam, and CHEMEXCIL with active support of Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Consulate General of India, Vietnam, for all their support in organizing this event. We at CHEMEXCIL are committed to showcase excellence achieved by the country in diverse fields, especially in chemical trade and commerce. CHEMEXCIL provides a wide spectrum of services to Indian chemical trade and industry and acts as a catalyst for growth of India's chemical trade for promoting dyes, intermediates, basic organic and inorganic chemicals, agrochemicals, soaps, detergents, cosmetics, toiletries, and other products like essential oil, castor oil, etc. The Indian chemical industry is among the fastest growing Indian industries. Majority of chemicals produced in India comprise either upstream products or intermediates, which go into a variety of manufacturing applications, including fertilizers, textiles, plastics, agrochemicals, pharmaceuticals, paints, and dyes. The size of Indian chemical industry is approximately $178 billion and is projected to reach $304 billion in 2025. In fact, Prime Minister has given a target of 400 billion. It is an integral component of Indian economy, contributing around 6.7% of India's GDP. The chemical industry in India is highly diversified, covering more than 80,000 commercial products. The bilateral trade relationship between India and Vietnam has grown steadily during the recent years. The exports from India of items covered under the purview of Council like dyes, intermediates, inorganic, organic chemicals, agrochemicals, cosmetics, toiletries, essential oils, castor oil, and Vietnam is $246.52 million in 2020 and 2021. The key items exported from India to Vietnam in respect of chemicals are carbon black, reactive black, other dyestuffs, organic pigments and chemicals, etc. Still, we need to have explored many more chemicals, which, as His Excellency has pointed out, we need to study each and every product. Why India is not able to export, that needs to study, and CHEMEXCIL is committed to work on this path. However, we analyze the global import of chemicals by Vietnam, import from India. There is still a lot of potential for boosting exports from India, which we definitely going to explore. I am glad to say that India and Vietnam have traditionally been close with the friendly ties, which compasses the entire range of economic, social, and cultural relations that are emerging as the mainstay of the bilateral relationships. For India, Vietnam is the 18th largest trading partner globally, and within ASEAN, the 4th largest trading partner after Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia. For Vietnam, India is the 7th largest trading partner. Last year, we had organized virtual buyer-seller meet with the importers of Vietnam on 24th and 25th November 2020, with active support from Consulate General of India in Ho Chi Minh City and Department of Commerce and Industries, Government of India. The total 30 Indian chemical companies participated in this event, and almost 150 B2B meetings held during that session. The event was very successful. Friends, CHEMEXCIL has always endeavored to augment the marketing efforts for their members, exporters, and assist them in expanding their international business. Even during the COVID pandemic 19, the growing global economic uncertainties, CHEMEXCIL is striving to guide the members, exporters on how to overcome the challenges on these pandemic situations. I sincerely taken advice from Consulate General of India to work as what he mentioned, that our share from India is very small. We have to increase, and how to increase this, we CHEMEXCIL will definitely come with proposals. I sincerely hope that this event would bridge information gap, strengthen the existing contacts, and develop the new ones. Do not hesitate to call or write if you need any help from India and cooperations. On this note, I wish all participants a grand success in their business endeavor. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mukashi, the chairman of CHEMEXCIL. Ladies and gentlemen, just through the remark done by Mr. Mukashi, we see that the potentialities of the chemical industry of India. So that is the potentials of the Indian market. And what is the import chemical market in Vietnam, and what is the business opportunity for the Indian company to tap this market? Ladies and gentlemen, now we'd like to invite Mr. Anu Achos, Head of Advisory and Business Development for Antios, SEA and ANZ, and together we'd like to introduce and invite Ms. Giang Thùy Minh, Coordinator, Country Coordinator of Antios in Vietnam, to give you the presentation on import chemical market in Vietnam and opportunities for Indian enterprises. Please.
Thank you very much, and really appreciate the opportunity for having the chance to talk to you and have this conversation all together. So Sophie is putting right now our presentation on the slide. I hope everyone can see it. So basically about the team here. So Sophie is based in our Ho Chi Minh City office, and she's the country coordinator. Me, myself, I'm based in Singapore and basically overseeing every consulting and business development initiatives for Southeast Asia, but also Australia, New Zealand, and Dubai. So maybe a quick few words about Altios and what we do. If Sophie can go to the next slide. So I just want to point out that we basically have 32 offices in 22 countries. 32 offices in 22 countries, as you can see on the slide. We do have a regional hub in Singapore, and we cover the whole Southeast Asian market. As you can see, we have quite a few offices in India. We're very much present from New Delhi to Bangalore. And actually, our Indian office is the biggest in the world. We have more than 250 people on the ground because we did a merge with a German/Indian company recently called Meyer and Vidorno. Basically, what we do, if Sophie can switch to the next slide, we summarize our range of services in 4 pillars. So the first one, strategize. So strategize is very much management consulting role, where we will go into the firm, trying to understand the capabilities and try to make up a strategy on which country the company should go for. Then expand. Through the local team, we can help you to do a market study. We can help you to find the right partner and basically open new distribution channel. Then set up. So we do incorporation of companies. We do manage subsidiaries. To give you an example, in Singapore, we do manage about 80 subsidiaries for foreign clients. We do offer also a global HR solution, meaning that, let's say an Indian company wants to set up in Vietnam, we can help you to find like a business developer, and then you do not have to put the financial risk to set up a subsidiary, but instead we could put that person on our payroll, but officially that person will be working for you. And then invest. So we do M&A projects, and by M&A I mostly include buy-side projects. So let's say again an Indian company willing to increase its footprint in Vietnam, we can help you to find a long list of potential acquisition to a short list, and then do all the way through the integration process. And then we do also brownfield and greenfield investments. So now Sophie will talk about the market a bit further, and I'll hand the microphone to her.
So it's very nice to meet you, and it is an honor for us to be here and to share the information about the chemical products market in Vietnam. And it is also our honor to give details on the remark of the ambassador that the Indian shares on this market is quite small. Yes, first of all, you can see that we have a good growth in the import value of chemical products. You can see that we raised from 2010 until 2019 about more than two times. It's almost 3 times for the import value. And inversely, the export value is quite low. And even still 2019, the import value is 3 times the export value. And for the most recent data that we have from the General Statistics Office, the chemical import reached 3.2 billion USD, and the chemical products reached 3 billion USD. And you can see here the details segmentation for this market, which cost about 16.7 billion USD. The first product, or the product that we import the most, is organic chemical. And after that, you have chemical products in command and pharmaceuticals, dye, coloring matter, pens. And we also have inorganic chemical and essential oil that takes about 10% of the market. And essential oils and fertilizer take about 6% of the market. And at the end, we have starch, glue, enzymes, and soap lubricants for 5%. And for this market, for this 16.7 billion USD market, we can see the segmentations per countries. First, China take 34% for the whole market. And you can see Taiwan, South Korea, Thailand, Singapore, Japan, and India takes the 8th place in importer list with a value around 700 million USD. And I will go by sector so you can see the shares of Indian in the market. For example, organic chemicals, that takes 3.9 billion USD. You see China took the majority of the market, and India took only 4% of this market. And for pharmaceuticals market here in Vietnam, that cost more than 2.5 billion USD. You see that Switzerland and France took the first place in the importer. And also we have Germany, Belgium, South Korea, Thailand, Netherlands, something like that. And in India took here 6% in that market. And another sector, dye, pens, and coloring matter. You can see here the majority of the product coming from China and other countries in Asia like South Korea, Taiwan, Japan, and also some country in the US like Germany and Spain. And in that case, India took 4% in this market. And you can see for chemical products and in command for any kind of chemical products, you can see India took about 5% of this market. And I will do a short summary about the legal conditions in Vietnam. To import chemical products in Vietnam, you need to pay attention on 2 main documents. The first one is Law of Chemical in Vietnam, and second one, the Decree 113 in 2017. This decree clarified clearly in the annex the list of chemicals that allowed to import with registrations, the list of chemical limit to import, and finally the list of chemical banned from import. That's specifically for Vietnam market. And for the registrations, first you need to check the CIS code for your products, that not only for the main ingredients, but for all of ingredients in your product. And when the goods arrive at the port, you need to perform the chemical declarations. And when finished that, you need to do the custom. You need to submit these documents to the custom office. And finally, you do all the remaining works to clear the goods out of the port. And based on our good network of experts in Vietnam, we also ask them questions and listen to them about their point of view of the market. First, for dye, paints, and coloring matter. In Vietnam, we can say that we import the products from China, Taiwan, Germany, France, UK, US, Israel, India, and China can provide all kind of products in, and you can see that we import raw material and we import finished products too. And until now, for low value products with uncomplicated functions, the majority of the market held by China. And for good product, high quality product, or the product that assigned by a big brand customer in textile, we import that from Europe or the US. And the differences in price between low-end and high-end products is about 20% to 100%. And you can see here several Indian companies that already have their representative offices in Vietnam. And next, for the food additive, you can know, I think that you know already that Vietnam has many free trade agreements with other countries, and these FTA will push the food processing industry in Vietnam, and as obviously will push the use of food additive during the food processing. And you can see that here we import food additive from China, India, USA, and other EU countries. And the sector food additive in Vietnam, we can divide in gum, sweetener, modified starch, preservative, and color. And the price of Chinese and Indian food additive in Vietnam is about 50 to 70% of the price of the goods coming from EU or the US. And about that market, there's three main points that we need to retain. The first is that until now in Vietnam, we didn't do yet the domestic productions. It means that we import quite all of the food additive, raw material, final products. And here in Vietnam, we only do the mixing. For example, we import the sweetener or emulsifiers from importer, and then we mix in Vietnam. And based on the ideas of our experts, the current Indian products on that market focus on gum, emulsifiers, and food coloring. And as the FTA will push that sector with a growth, a very good growth rate. So I think food additive is a very potential market to think about. And the last point, the last sector we would like to share with you the information is pharmaceuticals. In Vietnam, we import generic drugs from US, from the EU, from Australia, from China, from Thailand, and from India. And in Vietnam, the distributor of drugs is in two channels, the hospital channel and the retailer point of sale channel, and 70% of the use, the consumption of drugs in Vietnam via hospital channel. It means B2B trading. And recently, the ratio of people who participate in the national insurance, health insurance, is increasing. It means that the consumptions of drugs via hospital channel will rise in the future. And in Vietnam, according to Vietnam law, to register a new drug on the market, the time that you need to spend is at least 3 years. It means that at the beginning, when you have an idea to import drugs and you fulfill the first documents, it takes you at least 3 years to have the license to sell that drugs on Vietnam market. And in Vietnam, the drugs price need to be declared before circulations, and the listed price are popularly published on the website of drug administrations in Vietnam. In fact, for that market, until now, Thailand and China have a really good growth momentum. And recently, the domestic productions in Vietnam only meet about 50% of demand. So it means that we import 50% of the whole market. And we have recently the domestic productions, we have 180 pharmaceutical enterprise and about other 200 factories that meet the GMP standards. And for the retailer sector, we have in the country more than 50,000 point of sales. So that and another very specific point of the retailer market is that the customer don't care about the origin of the product, and they only follow the advice of the seller. For example, when the sellers say we need to use we need to use the product of this brand, they will take it without any questions. So that is the specific point of drug retail market in Vietnam. And we already point out some opportunities for Indian company in Vietnam. First, for pharmaceutical, you can find distributor or production partners in Vietnam. It means that you would like to transfer the technology of productions, or you would like to provide the raw materials so that the local partner can produce the product for you. And the second part, for essential oils, perfumery, and cosmetics, you can think about to find distributors or retailers in Vietnam. And for dye and paints and pigments, as you know that the textile market in Vietnam is quite very potential. So the use of pigment and dye and paints will develop according to the development of the textile productions. So you can find distributor or retailers in Vietnam to help you to sell your products. Or you can think about an investment by technology transfer in the productions. And at the end, as for additive, you can find distributor or retailer in Vietnam to follow the trend of food processing development in Vietnam, because that market, they have until now a growth rate about 30% per year for the productions. So this is our informations that we would love to share to you, and we hope that we can do more to enhance the trade between India and Vietnam, and to contribute to the activities of the Embassy and the Consulate of India in Vietnam. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. The presentation done by Mr. No Josh, the Head of Advisory and Business Development of RTO Southeast Asia, and Mr. Chi Minh, that provide us the very useful information about the market and also the business opportunity. We see that through the presentation, there is the big market and the huge opportunity. So now, how to seize this opportunity, that is the task of the business partner of the two countries of India and Vietnam. Okay, so now we would like to introduce and invite the Consulate General of India in Ho Chi Minh City, Dr. Madan Mohan Sethi. We'd like to introduce and invite Dr. Madan Mohan Sethi to give us a word of thanks and introduction of the B2B session. Yeah, would you please?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Tuan. I think good afternoon to all of you. So I must like to express my gratitude to VCCI, to CHEMEXCIL, and to RTOS Vietnam for making a wonderful presentation. So thanks to Ms. Yang. It was a very wonderful presentation to know about the import size of Vietnam in different components and where we stand. And I understand that India only accounts for 8% of the whole import basket of chemical products. So lots of areas which we identified, like pharmaceuticals or food additives or textiles, definitely we can improve our export potential to Vietnam. So I'll also like to put it forward to Chairman CHEMEXCIL that our office under guidance of Ambassador will be happy to organize one meeting, one B2B meeting, as long as this process is continued and physical meeting is not allowed. Every 2 months, we can organize one meetings between India and Vietnam so that we can identify new importers, new customers for Indian products also. And it can allow us to explore some kind of partnership opportunities between India and Vietnamese companies. So on this note, I want to thank you, all of you who have taken out their time. I'm sure my colleagues are working with VCCI to make the B2B session very successful. And we are here to assist any Indian company wants to export their products or want to know about any Vietnamese importers of the products. We'll be happy to get the information and come back to them. Thank you, all of you. Thanks.
Okay, thank you so much for participation of the Consulate General of India in Ho Chi Minh City. Ladies and gentlemen, now we shift to the B2B online meeting. And each room is prepared for one Indian company. So the Vietnamese partner as a register can join for each business discussion. We wish all of you would help and have a very beneficial business meeting. Thank you so much for participation. Thank you.